It's a dark time to be a member of Congress. Headed into the midterms, their approval rating is somewhere between the teens and the single digits. But do Americans ever really throw the bums out? In 2012, 23 senators ran for re-election. 21 of them won. So what does it take to beat an incumbent? And that's why we're here, in Kentucky, where Senator Mitch McConnell is in the political fight of his life.
As you know, I'm in the middle of a very big race. You see, Kentucky is under attack from Barack Obama's administration, and we need to fight back.
And what a huge crowd for Senator McConnell's retirement party!
How is it that Mitch McConnell has never lost a race in Kentucky? Who better to ask than the candidates he's defeated? We caught up with Kentucky businessman Matt Bevin at a catfish dinner in Western Kentucky. He's still stinging from his loss to McConnell in the GOP primary this year.
You know, I think the number one reason that he won was because of the seniority and the perception that somehow that is good for Kentucky, that somehow there's still bacon left to be brought home.
They don't ever really throw the bums out, do they?
They don't. Everyone wants to throw the bums out, but just the other guy's bum.
McConnell shares his biggest advantage with most incumbents: name recognition. When do you remember first hearing the name Mitch McConnell?
Back in the early 80s.
Early 90s.
Good Lord, was he around in the Reagan years?
It's pretty much impossible to escape the Mitch McConnell name here in Kentucky. During his career, he's brought home hundreds of millions of dollars to the state of Kentucky, which means all over the place there are McConnell parks and plazas and auditoriums named after him and his wife. Here at the University of Louisville, where he graduated from college, there's even an archive dedicated to him. Kentucky Governor Steve Beshear remembers how it felt to take on McConnell in their 1996 Senate race.
Steve Beshear and Mitch McConnell. You're going to be looking at two folks with a very different set of values, with a very different set of priorities.
Do you remember this ad?
Steve Beshear thinks you should pay more. He's for the highest tax increase in history, plus higher fees on your driver's license, barber, even higher taxes on your Social Security.
Oh, yes.
Beshear voted for higher.
Well, it's just the typical McConnell tactic.
So if you had to point to one thing and say this is the reason that Mitch McConnell has been able to win 5 times so far in the state, what would you point to as that one quality?
Money.
This time, Mitch McConnell doesn't have the kind of fundraising advantage he's used to. It turns out the chance to unseat the leader of the Senate Republicans is a moneymaker. Both candidates have super PACs on their side. Grimes has Hollywood movie makers, McConnell has the big banks. Grimes has national women's groups, McConnell has the Chamber of Commerce. It's all but guaranteed to be the most expensive Senate race in the history of Kentucky. Pundits think altogether the candidates could end up spending $100 million, making it the most expensive congressional race in the history of American politics. It's not just the Grimes fundraising operation that's posing a threat. It's tough to draw a starker contrast between two candidates. Republican Mitch McConnell is a 72-year-old career politician set on flipping the Senate and becoming its majority leader. Democrat Alison Lundergan Grimes is a well-known name in Kentucky, thanks to her dad's political career. But the 35-year-old Secretary of State has no national political experience of her own, and she's happy to highlight it.
35 is my age. That's also Senator McConnell's approval rating.
That contrast has the Grimes campaign betting it can win over women and young voters and inspire the kind of people who might not normally turn up in the midterms. Will the money, the pitch to female voters, the young face with an old Kentucky name be enough for Alison Lundergan Grimes to take down an incumbent? Or will Mitch McConnell pull off a 6th term? This time, the senator's not taking any chances.
Well, I don't think any of us have a sense of entitlement. You have to go out and earn the respect and support of your constituents every time you run, and I've been fortunate to be able to do that in the past.